Amy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll mute you. Hello, namaste. Namaste, everybody. Welcome. This is a very special live stream for a dear friend of mine, Marybeth Rhoden, who has left us in this space. And today I would like to honor her and give you an opportunity to share your stories about Marybeth. Welcome, Patrice and Saskia, and I have Clevis behind the scenes here as well too. So she's going to join us live today. And if anybody else would like to join live, I can quickly post a link, and you can come onto the screen. So let me know if you would like to do that. Marybeth, whose picture is up here. Most of you have seen her picture on her thumbnail on either Facebook or social media, and very few of us have actually met her in person. She, of course, if you've been in Zoom meetings with her, either through me or through Mindful Tarot, you certainly will have felt very close to Marybeth over the years. And Marybeth I met through my classes, and she is a extremely dedicated student. She was, I think, the greatest supporter of my channel in every way. She joined everything. She participated and didn't miss a thing. And there are, I know, a few of you out there, but I have to put Marybeth at the top of that list. And Marybeth and I went down many a rabbit hole together. And she would come back after rewatching a video 2 or 3 times and write me comments, that were this long. And she would always apologize for taking up so much space. And we would wander down these rabbit holes together. She was a great sharer of resources. She was incredibly intelligent and generous of spirit, as I've mentioned, and kind. And I think she inspired a lot of us. She really did inspire a lot of us to be brave. Marybeth was evolutionary astrologer. So she's been in this world for a long time, though Marybeth did not charge for her readings. She never hung a shingle. She was very much in touch with the spirit world and trusted in the greater picture, trusted in the divine. And when she added tarot to this expertise of hers, the mandala began to widen. It was just so expansive for her. And she would say to me, Sadhana, that really is something, because I get exactly there with astrology. So I don't know how you got there, but I would get to the exact same place if I were looking at this in my chart. And we did. We looked at her chart many times. We looked at lots of people's charts. Hello, Angela. Welcome to you. And so I cut some rosemary this morning for Marybeth. And I just felt it was, rosemary is, if you're not aware of plant herb associations, it's a heart medicine. And rosemary and heart just felt, I just wanted the scent of rosemary here to remind me of Marybeth. As Patrice just wrote, Marybeth was one of the greatest supporters of our community. I always felt I could lean into her words, her insights, and her kindness. learned so much from her. I think we all did. And as I said, she was a great sharer of resources. Beth um, studied Jungian psychology for a long time. She was a client. She had several great inspirers, or I should say a patient. But beyond that, she really took to Jungian psychology, and she applied a lot of that to her interpretations, to the way that she reflected on things. She was so very wise. And yeah, I love the way that she shared her knowledge with all of us. Everybody felt heard by Marybeth as well. She wasn't just broadcasting her knowledge. She really knew how to listen. She really did. Way back in the day when I was doing my first classes, and there was a lot of students in the class, I would often put them into breakout rooms. And I knew that anybody I put into a breakout room with Marybeth would benefit and have such a wonderful experience. And I'm thinking that Patrice might have been one of those people. And it just, I don't know, she just brought me so much joy, so much joy. How did I learn about this? Well, this is one of those bizarre things. I was at a celebration of life for not my mother, but a mother figure who was very prominent in my life growing up. And my children did not attend this event. And I had just stepped away to send a message to my children. And I saw an email on my phone, and it said that sadhana, searching for sadhana. I've been trying to find you since all this week, and Marybeth thought all of this of you, and I need to tell you that Marybeth has passed. And so this dear friend, whose name is Susie, sought me out, and we have been chatting. I just got home from where I was, and I just got home. And so Susie and I chatted last night. We had a nice long phone call, and we've been sending emails back and forth. And so I've heard the whole story of Marybeth's passing. It was very sudden. She was in no pain. Of course, Marybeth had a heart attack. So just so you know, it was very sudden, and she died on Sunday morning, July 19th. So I think the very sad part of this for many of us was that on July 18th, the day before, some of you had been in my class early, well, for me, early in the morning. And then she had also been on the Zoom meeting with the Mindful Tarot group that she was a great active part of. And so we had just seen her. And then that evening, Susie and her had an evening together, a virtual evening together, and all was well. And so then she left. And it was just shocking. So there's a few different things I want to say, but I would like to give all of you an opportunity to, because I have this wonderful story I want to share with you that I learned a few last night. Oh, and by the way, her cat as well. Her cat has been rehomed. So those of you that saw Marybeth on Zoom meetings will know that her cat often walked across the screen. So the cat has been rehomed and happy, and I have seen pictures and videos of the cat in her new home. And so that is well. Susie and Marybeth's late husband are going to look after clearing out her place. And if you want more information, if you want to write or anything, please email me info@integrativehealingwithsadhna.com, and I'll make sure to get you answer questions and send you an address. Because this is a public broadcast, I don't want to say too much, but I will share a little bit more later on. So yeah, I want to introduce, most of you know her. I didn't think I was going to cry. I'm going to add Clevis to the stage. Let's go this way. I'm going to unmute you. And Clevis, like Marybeth, has been such an avid supporter for so long, and most of you know Clevis. And so I'm going to hand over the mic to Clevis. Oops, let me get Clevis solo layout. There we go.
I guess I met Marybeth when we were doing Tarot Foundation 2, because she did Tarot Foundation 1 the year before I did it. And we used to meet also offline. I think we had, I used to call them romper rooms, where we used to meet on weekends. And then we continue with all the courses, the planets, the chakras, everything. And we try to meet sometimes to discuss core things, through Messenger, but sometimes, well, she was working and she was busy. And what saddens me is that she wanted to do so much more, and she wanted to learn so much more, and she was so engaged in life, and she was still, being on top of whatever decks were coming or whatever, sort of. It was just that it's she was such, she was so full of life. And her insights of, like on astrology, and their connections she used to make between astrology and tarot were on point and very accurate. I mean, she will be missed, for sure, by me.
I felt that Marybeth listened so carefully. Mm-hmm. She never responded quickly. She always wanted to digest something, and then she would come back at length with the most thoughtful of replies. I want to tell you a little bit about Marybeth. So most people who knew her knew that she worked at a rape treatment center in Los Angeles. And Marybeth was 75 years old. She should have retired. But Marybeth kept giving and giving and giving. And she was so dedicated to her work at the crisis center. And she fulfilled a lot of different roles. And she was a mentor to a lot of people who worked there. I had the pleasure of meeting a couple of them because generous Marybeth gifted them readings with me. And everybody just thought so much of Marybeth. Well, I want to go back a lot of years. And Marybeth worked in TV. Some of you might know this. She worked in television in Los Angeles, among other things. She was also a paralegal. She's had a lot of different jobs. She was working in television at the time. Now, I don't know if you remember All in the Family. Mm-hmm. And there was a very poignant episode where Edith was raped. Yes. And at the time, Marybeth was working for a different TV show. And that very prominent TV show also wanted to feature this topic. And at the time, this rape treatment crisis center was not open at the hospital. And the journey of the foundation and the creation of this support for women and the groundbreaking episodes that happened on television, Marybeth was all a part of this. She was so dedicated to this cause, so dedicated to the support and the empowerment and protection of women who had been through this traumatic event, that she chose not to retire. She couldn't leave this cause. And in one way, it breaks my heart, because while Marybeth was very good at taking care of everybody else,
Mhm.
she wasn't great at taking care of herself.
So,
And in the end, she got herself to the hospital. But yeah, so she's just a phenomenal person. And I hope that anytime you're looking back through comments on my channel or other channels where she has commented, that you get a chance to go back and reread some of the words that will forever be imprinted in, graced, really. She graced our comments with the thought and care that she wrote and she shared. Yeah. So, I am, please, anything you want to say or to write, I'm happy to highlight. And again, yes, we do. We still have her comments and her posts. And I know she has done the Mindful Tarot Challenge a few times. And so we have all of that insight that we can go back and to review. Yeah.
I am lucky enough, I have emails from her, through discussions of, like, course assignments and things. And like, in my family, especially on my dad's family, I have a few relatives that had gone that way of heart attacks. My dad, just practically like that, and some of his siblings that way. And I wonder, it's these people, their heart breaks because they have so much, they take on so much. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Um,
It's possible. It's possible. I'm going to say what, Clevis, you just reminded me of something. A few somethings. So the reason that I wanted to do this today at this time is that the moon, the almost full moon, is still in Capricorn. And Marybeth really identified with her triple Capricorn. So her sun, her moon, and her Mercury were all in Capricorn. And I think she really identified with the kind of groundedness, maybe even, I don't know what it was about her, but she really liked that energy and felt really comfortable in that energy. I remember when we started looking at the decans, and I said to her, well, Marybeth, your sun is not the Queen of Pentacles. It is the King of Swords. Your sun has that foresight, insight, cosmic Aquarian energy, as does her Mercury. And we started going down this rabbit hole of sort of expanding her identification with her Capricornness. And it was a really great journey. And I think this is one of the things that, it expanded another layer of tarot for her and how she was seeing herself. And I also, said to her, well, this is where the astrologer comes in.
Mhm.
This is where, because she was a seer of the skies. And it was such a beautiful, and maybe that's where the evolutionary astrology comes in, right? You've got this Capricorn and Aquarian energy that matches so beautifully together. Now, another thing that I have observed in her chart is that she has, I think, 3, maybe 4 of her planets are in middle decans. And 2 of them, or 3, are in fixed middle decans.
Mhm.
So if you are aware of what this means, it means that Marybeth carries 6s in her energy.
Okay.
And 6 is the energy of the heart. 6 is the energy of Tiferet. And it is the place of great wisdom and beauty. And
Mhm.
it just anchors Marybeth in um, a wider picture. Marybeth, you're not just Capricorn. You are so much more, right? You are this beautiful mandala of energy. And so I've been sitting with, I have a binder here of notes, different readings I've done with Marybeth, and I I'm lucky that I have this, all of these pages to go back on, and interactions that we've had. And if you work with me, I often print our email interactions and I put them into my binders. But there's something really interesting here that you might not have known about Marybeth, and I want to read this to you. She wrote, I am very aware that I am living in a significant historical era in America.
Mhm.
As a child, I lived in a house that was built in the American Revolution. My
Yes.
parents were history scholars. I grew up among the countryside in which the French and Indian Wars and the Revolutionary War took place. I was very aware of history. I and many of my friends of the same age ask ourselves, why did we live to see this dark time? I can only assume that I chose to enter this incarnation at a time when my crone years would coincide with the US's Pluto return. I can't march due to mobility issues, but I donate when and where I can. I badger call my legislators and stay informed and participate in online forums and communities. Is there more I could be doing? And that's what she was asking me. She wanted to know if she could do more.
Mhm.
At this time, I feel the personal is truly political. This is Marybeth, seeking meaning, building connections in every part of her life. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who this is. If you want to put your name into the chat, um, Oe Mama just pulled a 4 of Swords. What a beautiful card for Marybeth. A Page of Cups and a Wheel. And I brought out the Wildwood deck. This is a deck that she often went back to,
Mhm.
and I would like to pull a card for her as well at some point today. Um, for those of you that have your Wee Moon journal, um, I want to read Sand Wishes. This is a poem that is sort of in alignment with just after Lammas. Oh, I know what else. Something also kind of really beautiful here. And that with this full moon, so the full moon will be at its optimal, like 100% full moon in Aquarius, not in Capricorn. But it is in conjunction with Jupiter. And this is so very special. And the moon is in conjunction with Jupiter right now. And this just also brightens my heart, and it feels really important to process all of this at this time. Now, if you're a yogi, if you work with Vedic astrology, you'll know that this full moon is the Guru full moon, the Guru Purnima. And Guru, loosely translated, means dispeller of darkness. And this is a time where people in India, people who practice yoga, honor the teacher, the coach, the life coach, the mentors in their life. And it's a very special moon for many people. And I just feel that Marybeth's expansive energy really fell into that category of guru. She was a mentor to so many. And with the energy of full moon, it is really important to both, celebrate and honor and let go. And I invite all of you to find a way to release Marybeth as much as you honor her. That could be in throwing a pebble into a pond. It could be anything, any sort of releasing energy. We don't want to tie our loved ones to this world. We need to energetically release them and let them go. And they will always be here guiding us and supporting us. But that nuance, I think, is really important to honor. And that is a practice at the full moon. And so if you are wanting to do this, the full moon is at its optimal time, Pacific time, 7:36. So that would be 10:36 a.m. tomorrow. And please adjust for other times in the world. Now, I've worked with a lot of wise ones, and the energy of the full moon can be felt and worked with in ritual and honor. If you put like a 72-hour circle around the full moon, so the center of the full moon at that time that I just mentioned, and then 36 hours on the other side. And so we're really encapsulated in that energy. And it was important to me with Mary, even though this was really short notice, and as you can tell, lack of planning, it was, I have found that when we work in alignment with the universe, everything feels and moves and works and reciprocates so much better. And so that's why I'm doing this now rather than tomorrow morning for me, at the exact time of the full moon, because this was Marybeth's moon. My moon also coincides with her moon, and that might be something that connected us. Sand wishes. I don't have my other camera on, otherwise I would share this with you. It's on the page, the Llama's page after this. The woman in the worn denim jacket who runs the agate shop near the shore told me a secret. Each time you visit the beach, you get 3 wishes. They must be deep and burning, small miracles like agates. The stone light shines through. The stone light shines through. The first is for yourself, the second for another, and the third one is for the world. You carve them with driftwood into sand, and after the sun reads them. And yes, the sun can read even on a cloudy day, and the tides carry them out to sea, into the minds of mermaids, through whorls of shells, between the lips of dolphins, whales, and even sharks, until far lands perceive the desires of our hearts and bathe their shores in peace and loving kindness. Rainbows and gulls carry back answers. They will find us wherever we might be. This is by Joanne M. Clarkson, 2017. This just reminded me of that energy, that important energy of sending Marybeth off. And that was my intention here today, to both honor her, and send her off. I had to go over to my altar, and the Woodward needs to go back into the deck. He's going to be on my altar for the 3 decans of Leo, a card I very much want to get into the heart of. And so, Marybeth Rhoden, this is for you. This is for all of you watching this live, and those of you that are going to come back and watch the replay. Connecting us. We love you. We do. We truly love you, and we send you on your way. And we know that you will always be here. And what a gift you have left us in your wisdom, in your comments and reflections on YouTube and in Facebook, in the many emails we have shared. We feel truly blessed to be called your friend, your colleague in tarot. Sending you Godspeed, all the love and light that you deserve. May your body feel light and mobile. May you dance once again. Be agile and free. King of Hearts, King of Vessels, King of Water. Now there's an agile leg. Imagine Marybeth standing on one leg and then spreading her wings and flying free. I can't think of a better gift. And for those of you that have heron in your realm, I'm sure that you will see one over the next few days. I send you all love and light. And as I said, if you have questions, if you have questions, if you would like to write to Marybeth, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will get to your emails as soon as I can. And thank you, Marybeth. Okay, namaste, beautiful souls. I will see you all soon.